OMG, am I going to eat my words today? Does anyone remember, I don't know, a week or two ago, I was talking about trying to stay away from limited edition collections because there are so many things in permanent lines from companies that I want to get that I never really get the main items from that company because I keep getting distracted by limited edition collections. I sincerely believe that most makeup companies' best products are in their permanent line. But there are exceptions. And I caved. The first time that I saw the new Wet n Wild Fall Limited Edition collection, I looked at it and I said, oh, I don't need this. I have similar things by other brands and I don't need this. And I really wanted to start getting some things from Wet n Wild's permanent line that I didn't have that I wanted to get. Because as you can probably tell by the last few videos, I am currently obsessed with Wet n Wild. I go through phases with things. Remember when I was obsessed with e.l.f. and now it seems to be Wet n Wild, but I don't know. I go through phases with things. So right now I'm in full on Wet n Wild mode. So I had to pick up some practical things at a store yesterday, like cotton balls and toothpaste and things like that. And of course I found myself over looking at the makeup again, and I took another look at the Wet n Wild Fall Limited Edition collection. Most of the lipsticks were gone, and from the eyeshadow palettes there's a blue one, which I'm not really that interested in because whenever I buy blue eyeshadows, I seldom wear them, so why even get them? Then there was a palette that was predominantly pinks. It was a mid-tone pink and a fuchsia and a light pink, and I don't really feel like pinks. I don't know, sometimes I feel like they do look good. I think it depends on how I wear them. If I mix them with browns, pink and brown looks good together, or pink and gray, but I can't do a palette that's all pink, and I have tons of pink anyway. So what does that leave? The two neutral type palettes. I picked them up and really looked at them, and it didn't help matters that they only had one left of each one of the neutral palettes, and these are limited edition. So I looked at them and I was like, these are just too gorgeous to pass up. I cannot not get these. Now as far as lipsticks go, they were almost all gone, and the ones that were left were tampered with. Wet n Wild seals all their products, which I really appreciate that they do that, because then you can tell if someone has opened it and looked at it, or maybe even swatched it. So that wasn't even an option because I try not to buy things that have been open. You can sanitize makeup, but I really prefer not to have to do that. So anyways, there are a ton of Wet n Wild lipsticks out there that I don't have from the permanent line that I would like to get at some point. So instead of dealing with the whole things that have been open issue, what I did was I went over to the Wet n Wild permanent display and bought one of the permanent shades that I've been meaning to get that I hadn't picked up yet. So today, and I also bought some nail polishes from the permanent line. So I'm going to show you all those things. Everything I'm going to show you is Wet n Wild. Let me start with these eyeshadow palettes though. They are stunning. One is called Melrose at Night, and this is what that looks like. And let me do some swatches for you. The Wet n Wild quints that are in their permanent line I don't really like the texture of the eyeshadows, and that's why I was so reluctant to get these, because I thought, oh, if they're like those, then I'm not gonna like them. These are not like those. These are creamy, pigmented. The colors are gorgeous, and there's what the 5 colors look like swatched. And that's what they look like swatched on skin. They are absolutely gorgeous. I am so glad that I ended up getting these. The other one that I got is called Smoke and Melrose, and that's what this one looks like. I had such a hard time deciding what to do for a look with these, because I do have them on today, that what I ended up doing was I created a look by using both the palettes. I looked at the way the palettes were laid out, and I said, you know, I think I could put together a look using both palettes that I would enjoy even more than the colors that they had coordinated with each other. These two palettes, they intermix with each other so beautifully. I'll tell you exactly which ones I have on in a second. Let me swatch this other one for you. So these are the colors from Smoke and Melrose. And that's what that looks like swatched. So these colors are just so perfect for fall, and I love these palettes so much. I highly recommend that you guys get them. The textures of these eyeshadows are just amazing. This is the Wet n Wild that everybody loves, and I'll tell you, I really thought that those summer palettes that I got, all the bright crazy colors, the texture on those were nice and creamy. So aren't these. These are maybe even better, and I was happy with those. So here's what I did for my look today. I used this color, which is sort of a yellowy off-white beige color. That's my highlight. And then I put, now that was from the Melrose at Night palette. Then from the Smoke and Melrose palette, I used this color on my lids, which is sort of a taupe color. Then what I did from that same palette was I put this color, which is kind of like a rose, sort of like a mauvey pink. I put that in the crease. Then from the Melrose at Night palette, I layered some of this in the crease on top of the other color and concentrated it on the outside edge, and I am thrilled with how this turned out. Let me come in a little closer so you can really get a better look at it. So that's what I came up with for that, and this is a look that I will definitely do again, and I will not forget this combination because it's awesome. Now, on my lips, I have another product that I bought, and this is from their permanent line. This is the lipstick. It's one of their Megalast matte lipsticks in Bare It All. Now, I know a lot of you guys already have this, but I don't know, I had just never gotten it. It's like this fantastic nude shade. I had In the Flesh, and I don't care for that as much as I do this one. That one is a little bit harder for me to pull off. It's kind of a warm nude. This one is more of a neutral, I would say. And that's what that looks like swatched. Now, I sometimes look at matte lipsticks on my lips, and you know, it's flat and kind of dull, and it can be nice, but I don't know. I felt like it needed a little something. So I went through my lip gloss collection and pulled out one of my all-time favorite glosses that I own. This was limited edition from Smashbox a couple of years ago, and it's called Charm, and that is what this looks like. And here, let me hold the two next to each other so you can see. So this is what I have on my lips. I love this lip gloss. I also have the fuchsia type color one from that same collection. I don't remember the name of the collection off the top of my head, but that's what I have on top of the lipstick. And yeah, I love, love, love this combination. I can't believe that I didn't already have this shade of Megalast. Oh well, better late than never, right? And then I've been really enjoying the Wet n Wild Wild Shine nail polishes lately, so I picked up 4 more shades. I'm going to start with this one. This is Caribbean Frost, and it is this gorgeous greenish turquoise color. I've had this before. There are only 3 nail polishes that I think I have actually used the whole bottle of in my life, and this is one of them. The other 2, just in case you're curious, were OPI Bubble Bath and OPI You Don't Know Jacques, which is like a taupey color, and Bubble Bath is a light pink. But this is the only other color that I can think of that I ever used the whole bottle of. I love this, and I fully intended to repurchase it when I finished my original bottle, but you know, I have so many nail polishes that I just kept saying, oh, you don't need it, you don't need it, just concentrate on what you have. Well, no, I love this color. I love it. It is just stunning. So I repurchased that, and then I bought these 3. These are 3 that I've looked at so many times, and I always try to talk myself out of purchases because I have so much that I really don't need anymore. But I couldn't talk myself out of these anymore. This one is Bijou Blue, and it's just a really pretty, this is also kind of a turquoise, but this one leans more blue, and the other one I just showed you leans more green. And then these 2, this is Lavender Pearlescent, and I certainly would not call this lavender. I don't know what they're talking about. This is something more in the pink family than it is lavender. And then this one is Lavender Cream. So this Lavender Pearlescent is of course a pearl finish. Lavender Cream is a cream finish, but neither one are lavender. So I don't know. Unless, you know, when I think lavender, I think like a purple type shade, but these are more pink. And this one is almost like a fuchsia. And this one is more like a, oh gosh, I don't know, some type of mauvey pink maybe. But I thought those were really pretty. And like I said, I've looked at these shades before and just talked myself out of it, but I've been really enjoying the Wild Shine polishes lately. This is Tickled Pink, which one of you guys had recommended to me. And you said that the formula was kind of iffy and not the easiest polish in the world to get on, but once you got it on and it was dry, it was worth it because it was such a pretty color. Totally agree with that assessment. That's exactly how I felt about it. It was some trouble getting it on, but now that it's on, I really like it. And by the way, in case you were wondering what happened with my testing of the matte, the wearability of the Wet n Wild Wild Shine base coat and top coat, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that, because what happened was I had on that nude type polish by what was that? Oh, Maybelline. That's what it was. I was gonna get back to you about the wearability of the Maybelline formula, that I suspected that they had changed it. And what happened was that was sort of a nude color, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do a French manicure since I already have a nude polish on. And now, I've never done a French manicure before, but I thought, oh, how hard could it be? So I took a white polish and tried to just do the tips of my fingers, and not a clue what I was doing, and messed it all up and had to take the whole thing off and start over with something. So this is what I ended up starting over with, was the Wet n Wild Wild Shine Tickled Pink. So anyways, I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. I just wanted to show you these new things that I got from Wet n Wild. And if you see that Wet n Wild Fall Limited Edition display, I highly, highly recommend that you pick up Melrose at Night and Smokin' Melrose. These shades are gorgeous, and you really can just mix and match them within the palettes, because I did half one palette and half the other palette on my eyes today, and I love them. So creamy, so easy to blend, and very pigmented. They go on a little bit darker on your eyes than what they are in the palette, so keep that in mind when you're looking at these, deciding what you want to get. I'll see you next time. Bye.